Greetings and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Volk, and this is my video overview of the changes coming for the Sith Marauder in patch 3.0 and the new expansion for Star Wars The Old Republic Shadow of Revan. We will start with the basic overview of the discipline window and the general changes for the Marauder class. Then move on to the more serious stuff, the most important changes to the 3 discipline paths. In the end, I will show you a preview of the new Season 3 ranked armor set reward, as well as the new crystals and ranged weapons that were shown in the developer stream. The material we will be working with is one developer blog and one developer stream. I know most of us dig through the mined information and use the discipline calculator, but I want to keep this video strictly bound to the official released information because it is less likely to be drastically changed. We know how BioWare works. They don't talk about things before they are 95% sure what they are about to present is ready. I will have more videos dealing with a lot more details for the 3 specific discipline paths for the Sith Marauder and Jedi Sentinel. Well, first of all, here is what new set bonuses awaits us in the new armor sets we will be farming when 3.0 and its content are released. The bonuses are the same for both PvP and PvE, stupid I know. But we will not be able to mix sets in order to get the full set bonus. The interesting part is that wrists and belts are now included and also grant bonuses. We have 3 set bonuses for owning 2, 4 and 6 parts of the armors. For 2 pieces, Assault or Zealous Strike increases damage dealt by 2% for 15 seconds. This event cannot occur more often than every 30 seconds. 4 pieces, reduces the cooldown of Frenzy or Valorous Call by 15 seconds. Additionally, activating Berserk or Zen increases all damage dealt by 3 seconds. For 6 pieces, activating Ravage or Master Strike will grant Weapon Masters Challengers critical bonus, making your next Vicious Throw, Vicious Strike and Annihilate or Dispatch, Concentrated Slice and Merciless Slash critically hit. This effect cannot occur more often than every minute. Nice bonuses, but far away from great. And the fact that we will have the same ones for both PvP and PvE speaks a little bit of laziness and lack of creativity from the devs. We're already familiar with the new look of the advanced class spec. It's now called Discipline Path. If you're not, click the link to visit and watch my video overview. It will open you a new window, so you will be able to watch it and then come back to this one. A very quick and basic overview here, with a few words about the disciplines. The left side of the window is specific to each one of the 3 paths, and it grants active and passive skills to the player as well as utility points while we level up. This happens for free. On the right side we have the utilities section. It's the same for all 3 disciplines and only offers passive boosts or changes to our skills. There are no active abilities in this section. At level 60 we will have in total 7 points to spend on utilities, and the restrictions are as follows. We need to spend minimum 3 points on tier 1, which is the upper one, to unlock the second tier, the middle. Then we will have to spend at least another 2 more points to be able to unlock the third one. The Marauder still has 3 different specs. The third one now used to be shared 3 with Juggernaut class, and the new name for this one is Fury. The Rage is now only reserved for Juggernauts. There have been some changes to active and passive skills. New ones have been added to some of the discipline paths. Skills have been moved around from one discipline to another, and so on. In the new patch, the most significant change to the Marauder, according to the dev blog, is the absence of the skill Retaliation. It is now only available to Juggernauts. While the skill had its rare usability and raw, it was really nice for some specific burst moments here and there. It was for most players a waste of space on the toolbar, and many never bothered to use it at all, so I kind of understand the reason for removing it. I have separate videos for each of the 3 disciplines, with a lot more details on changes and skills, plus some analysis and personal thoughts. You're welcome to check all of them if you want to learn more. In this video here, we will go through the 3 parts quickly and briefly, mark the most important changes, or at least the way I see them. Annihilation. This is still the dot spec. It remains the most sustained single target DPS spec. The changes are making it a little more complicated than what it was, but that will only add to the fun of playing it. The 4 main or the 4 unique abilities to the spec are seen in the overview window, and they're considered most important for the spec. Duh. Rupture, granted at level 10. Deadly Saber, granted at level 26. Annihilate, granted at level 41, down from 45 in the old 3. And Force Cache, brand new dot ability, which by the way was renamed to Force Rend in the developer stream, which aired 2 days after the developer blog. Annihilation Marauders are gaining a new passive skill that makes their duo form and Annihilator stacks build up twice as fast. They also get another skill that allows them to spread some of their bleeding effects to targets damaged by their smash, as long as one of the targets damaged by smash is already suffering from those bleeding effects. Important to note here is that the spreading does not refresh the duration of the dots. In addition to these new passives, Annihilation Marauders also gain a new active ability called For the Rend. This is the level 57 one. It summons Dark Force power to gash the target, causing it to bleed for internal damage over 15 seconds. Very long dot. It's a new active instant ability that is granted automatically via the discipline path. Rupture no longer has a cooldown and it's unique to the Annihilation discipline path. To keep things interested for this spec, players will need to be able to successfully juggle 3 different blades, while also keeping Annihilate on cooldown, which is easier than ever because its total duration now is 30 seconds, up from 24. As I mentioned, Rupture is now unique to only Annihilation, and while I loved fitting it into my Carnage rotations, it was never meant to be an important addition to any of the other 2 specs, so it's not a big loss to me personally. Carnage. Devs claim its playstyle to be very similar to what we know from before the expansion. Whether this is true or not, we will discuss it in more details in the Carnage 3.0 overview video I have prepared. The 4 main abilities listed in the overview windows are Ataru form granted at level 10, nice one, we get it early as soon as we switch to playing Marauder. It now does not give accuracy but alacrity as a bonus. Massacre, granted at level 26, which has been significantly boosted in DPS, so it now completely replaces the basic slash ability. Gore at level 41 and Devastating Blast at level 57, which replaces Force Scream. The changes, as explained on the dev blog, are: Carnage Marauder gain a new passive ability that reduces the rage consumed by Massacre and Sweeping Slash by 1 each during Berserk. They also get another new passive ability that automatically triggers an Ataru form attack on all targets damaged by Sweeping Slash. Force Vigor has wiggled its way over to Carnage from the Fury, formerly known as Rage discipline, to help the Carnage discipline with rage generation. Nice. Additionally, Carnage has gained a new ability. The description of the Devastating Blast is as follows: unleashes a powerful blast of force energy at the target, dealing energy damage. The blast stuns standard and weak enemies for 5 seconds. It shares a cooldown with Force Scream. Better damage and longer stun, and a different name. Much worse animation if you ask me, but we'll talk about that in the other video. Gore is back off the global cooldown as of the developer stream. We will see different things listed and shown here from the developer blog. But listen to what I'm saying. Important to note is the change to Gore. It now has a flat cooldown of 20 seconds that can be affected by alacrity, and will be, and it only lasts for 3 seconds, down from 4.5. It is still, or again depending on when you watch the video, off the global cooldown. Now it does not require a target and deals no damage. The devs were considering to make it even shorter than 3 seconds, what the hell. But they wanted players to be able to easily fit a full Ravage inside it. Woohoo! 3 seconds is more than 0. To me personally, the spec sounds, I haven't played it yet, much more simple and a little bit more boring, but let's hope this is not true. I'll have to test it and then be able to judge. Fury is the name of the 3rd discipline, the previously known as Shared Advanced Class 3 called Rage. Here we will see some significant changes compared to the other 2 paths. The The 4 unique abilities listed in the overview window are Raging Burst, granted at level 10, a new skill that does not share cooldown with Smash, but is much more useful in single target rotations. Obliterate at level 26, which is the same as before with the addition of its being available while the player is immobilized. This used to be an extra point spent in the Advanced Class 3 if you remember. Force Crush at level 41 and Furious Strike at level 57, which is a new, very expensive but also very strong hitting ability, which is even more seriously boosted by the new set bonus. Brief check what the developer blog says about the changes. Fury, formerly known as Rage, Marauder gained the following 2 new active abilities. Raging Burst, burst the enemy target with a powerful burst of force energy, dealing kinetic damage. Furious Strike, strikes the target for significant weapon damage. Attacks with both weapons if dual wielding. Fury skills that affect Smash now also affect Raging Burst, and this effectively causes Raging Burst to replace Smash in the Fury Marauder's single target damaging rotation. Fury Marauders also gain a new passive ability that temporarily increases their defenses after using Furious Strike. The spec went through some interesting changes, and while it's still considered the best AoE, because it's the best burst AoE, the huge nerf to Smash makes it a lot more acceptable when you're fighting against the Fury Marauder. This is the brief overview of the upcoming changes to Sith Marauder. If you liked the video, be sure to check all my other videos explaining the 3 disciplines in more details, as well as check out the full playlist I have created. It should help you prepare for 3.0 and the next expansion for our favorite MMO game. As usual, feel free to share your opinion and correct me if I was wrong here or there. Fill in the gaps that I may have left behind me. I know a lot of the announced changes make the class look more easy and dull, but let's keep our hopes that it's just the first impression. Every class, when mastered properly, is fun and challenging. Revan, here we come! Thank you all for watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.